When online car-hailing service Uber was introduced to Taiwan from the U.S. 3 years ago, its ease of use and cheaper fares quickly attracted many customers. Now Uber has been ruled illegal in Taiwan, and the company has been hit with repeated fines by the Transportation Ministry over its drivers' lack of proper commercial licenses and illegal use of private vehicles. But its services have seemingly remained unaffected and have been expanded from Greater Taipei into Taichung and Kaohsiung. Our Sunday in-depth report.
After getting off work at 7 o'clock in the evening, Ms. Dong uses the Uber app on her phone to catch a ride home.
With their amenities, their attitude and their conversation, it really makes you feel like a business class passenger. Also, riding Uber is cheaper.
When Uber started to take off in the U.S. in 2009, the application mainly catered to the upper end of the market, offering luxury cars with drivers in business suits. Now the service's smartphone app has helped expand its business to over 300 cities worldwide in only a matter of years. In the 3 years since Uber was first introduced to Taiwan in 2013, ridership has grown dramatically, in turn attracting many private citizens with their own cars seeking to make some extra money. Mr. Chun is a freelance photographer who works from home on most days. As there's an economic slump and his supply of assignments is not stable, Chun has found a way to use free time by being a part-time Uber driver.
你做Uber 这一行做多久？
我做这一行半年多左右了。
To become an Uber driver, you first have to go to the police station to apply for a certificate stating that you don't have a criminal record. Once you get that, you still have to attend classes to learn about delivering customer services to passengers.
一般人怎么会想要出来开 Uber？ 因为他
Why would the average person think of becoming an Uber driver? Of course, it's because they need money for their families. They're looking for a job to supplement the one they already have. It's a way of letting you work part-time on a flexible basis.
With drivers using their spare time to make money and passengers paying less compared with average taxi fares, Uber sounds like a win-win situation for both parties. But Uber's business model has stirred up quite a storm of opposition around the world. Taiwan witnessed its own anti-Uber backlash in 2015 when taxi drivers gathered outside the Transportation Ministry in a protest.
We think Uber has had the effect of decreasing taxi ridership by about 30%. Moreover, it is neither a transportation company nor a taxi company, but their business model is definitely that of a taxi company, and they control the fares. The drivers aren't even professionally certified. For us, this is very unjust.
Because taxis are classified as business vehicles, taxi operators are required to take out an insurance policy guaranteeing maximum coverage of 1.5 million NT dollars for passengers in case of accidents, and must submit the cars for yearly inspections. Uber simply ignores all of these requirements.
For business vehicles, we conduct a risk assessment based on the likelihood of an accident compared with the potential claims payment to calculate the insurance premium. This way, when an accident happens, the passenger will have sufficient accident coverage.
From March this year, the Directorate General of Highways began to levy fines against Uber and its drivers as a means of creating awareness in the public that Uber had been declared illegal. The fines seem to have no effect on the number of people using the Uber app. In any city he happens to be in, Lian Enwei, who is a frequent business traveler, always uses Uber to get around.
Sometimes I get stuck with a car that's dirty inside or a driver that takes too many wrong turns. Actually, you can use the app to report your dissatisfaction with your trip, and Uber customer service representatives will contact you to ask you exactly what happened. If they find that the driver took a long route, they will refund a part of your fare equal to the extra distance traveled.
An instant rating system within the Uber app gives passengers the ability to weed out bad or impolite drivers, paving the way for improvements in customer service.
所以这个是一个 供需双方互相评价的一个制度。
This supply and demand system by which one party can rate the other didn't exist in the taxis of yesterday. The quality of service then could not be improved through personal evaluations. Now, Uber shows us this approach is possible. Why is it possible? Because of advances in information technology.
进入所谓的一个网络虚拟世界时代，那么我们政府啊。
As we enter the so-called internet age of virtual reality, our government will have to rethink everything. They won't be able to govern within the existing scope of regulations. If consumers develop new needs and our government uses so-called regulations to suppress these needs and obstructs businesses attempting to fulfill these needs, it is probably not the right approach.
Uber's entry into Taiwan may have sparked controversy, but it's also forced people to reconsider if there's room to change Taiwan's transportation laws and strike a new balance with science and technology.